Happy Christmas Eve. Hello, everyone. This is our Christmas Eve show. Tomorrow, we're going to try to do an all day live stream for Christmas starting at 10 a.m. Central. It'll be 8 in the morning for me, and I'll try to keep it going as long as I can. I may have to break to do some Zooming with friends and family, but we'll try to keep the party going as long as we can. So if you have nothing to do tomorrow, or you want to stop in and talk and say hi and do holiday greetings, make a pass, like we say back home, we'll have that open tomorrow. Today, I'm in the Christmas spirit. It's getting Christmassy, Christmas spirity. So I thought I'd do a short little stream. Chris is with his family today, so I don't know if he's coming on. So it might just be me, unless we get a guest, as usual. You're welcome to come on. It's an open panel. So what's going on for Christmas? Tell me in the comments. Come on the show and talk. Whatever. And Twitter, StreamYard has it now where you can see the Twitter comments. So I'm going to start live streaming to Twitter every day as well. Because now, if anybody comments, it'll show up on the StreamYard. So, let's see what's going on today. I've already checked the news. Thankfully, there's not too much going on Christmas Eve. It doesn't look like it. Nothing noteworthy that caught my attention anyway. I got some Christmas cards from family. Merry Christmas. This is a Santa, and he's all glittery. I love it. And along with one of these cards, my mom sent me. It is the Little Blue Book, Advent and Christmas Season, 6-minute reflections on the infancy narrative of Luke. So I turned to today's reading, and I'm going to share it with you. And I don't know if this is in Luke or not. Let me Google. I had never heard this story before, but it's hang on. Apparently it's an Eastern European folktale. I didn't think it was in Luke. Y'all, look at this. It's perfect. I don't know if y'all can see it. It is the legend of the Christmas spiders. So I'm going to share this little story about Jesus and the spiders. Here we go. On Christmas Eve, the Christ child came to the little country church to bless its Christmas tree. Does Jesus go around blessing Christmas trees? Did they even have Christmas trees before there was a Christmas? The church was in a community that was undergoing hard economic times. People struggled to feed their families, and the little country church had fallen into disuse. But they still had a Christmas tree in it. Jesus noticed that spiders had spun webs through the Christmas tree in the church. He smiled and blessed the tree. I can just see him like going into this old abandoned church with this old Christmas tree that I don't even know what it's doing up if they're not using the church. And seeing all these like spider webs like in a haunted house and looking at the tree and just smiling at it. Like, oh, I'm going to bless that little tree. When the people came to the church the next day, I guess this would be tomorrow. So this is what he's doing today on Christmas Eve with the spiders. And there's not even spiders. It's just their webs. When people came to the church the next day, they found that the cobwebs on their Christmas tree had become beautiful strands of gold and silver. What a pretty image. A tree with gold and silver cobwebs that Jesus made. So that, like, is that the best he could think? I guess they could maybe sell the cobwebs, but is that the best he could think to do for a tree full of spider webs? Is just make them gold so they'd be prettier to look at? Anyway, that is the legend of the Christmas spiders from the Little Blue Book. Advent and Christmas season. And we'll do another reading tomorrow on the first Christmas celebration. So I just wanted to share that for a little Christmas cheer, holiday cheer, joy, whatever. Hey, yeah, Merry Christmas, Russell. You too. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Ho. Christmas. Hang on, let me find. See, this is the problem with Twitter, because when people respond on Twitter, I have to find a nice GIF to reply with. So this one's nice. Merry Christmas. Merry, merry. Thank you, Russell. You too. So yeah, Christmas. I am doing nothing for Christmas. I did my holiday things for Thanksgiving when I went back to Louisiana. And so for this Christmas, I'm taking it easy. I'm chilling. If anybody wants to watch movies, play games, anything like that, I'll be available. After the stream, I'm going to take this day to myself. I think my roommates are going to their families. So I'm going to kind of have some, not that I don't have time to myself anyway, because I stay in my room and they stay in theirs. So it's not like any other day. But I guess psychologically, there won't be other human energy in the house. So I can kind of have this as my time to, my little time in the manger, I guess, to rest and reflect and recreate. And then tomorrow, I think Jeff from Trauma Type is going to come on and help me kick off Christmas Day tomorrow morning. So feel free to bring your Christmas beverages, whatever you enjoy on Christmas, your Christmas herbs or recreational substances, your Christmas dinner. During COVID, we had, in fact, the tradition that kind of started all of the Zooming and streaming I'm still doing 3 years later is some of the peers here in Washington State decided they wanted to do a Thanksgiving Zoom. It was going to be Thanksgiving dinner, and we all met on Zoom, and we each had our individual Thanksgiving dinners, whatever we were eating that day. Mine was probably a TV dinner, turkey and stuffing, whatever. And we all ate dinner together, and the Zoom lasted 10 hours. We didn't get off we started in the morning, and we didn't get off till like 10 or 11 at night. And it was so much fun that we decided we wanted to keep it going. We didn't want to limit it to just that one day. And it turned into a 24-hour drop-in Zoom that people could come to during COVID. We had activities, movies, workshops, classes, open mic nights, all kind of stuff. And there's the potential to do that here if we grow and get enough numbers. So tell your friends, like and subscribe, all that stuff. We're trying to grow the channel. Once we get to 1,000 subscribers, it opens up more options for us. But even before that, I think we'll be able to do more things. We have some online games coming up that we're going to stream if you're a gamer, or even if you're like a casual board gamer. There's a game called Among Us. You like these little cartoon men on a spaceship, and a couple of you are secret, like hidden murderers and stuff, and you go around the ship and do these tasks, and gradually you get killed off, and you have to figure out which one of your fellow players is the murderers. It's like Werewolf Mafia. We still have the D&D game we're supposed to live stream at some point, and there's some games on Steam as well. We're always watching movies in Discord. If you're not involved in our Discord yet, it's a fun place. So contact me for an invitation. On Gmail or Twitter, it's the same name as my Twitter handle. I don't really have any tweets today. But I do have P.F. Jung posted a really good, it might be one of his best videos yet. It's kind of geeky. It involves this online game called League of Legends, I believe, which I don't even know what that is. But he uses the framework of League of Legends to kind of go through and show the different levels of politics people are at online. And so I want to share it today, and then maybe we can discuss it. and kind of get an idea of what level the discourse here is at, because I really want to start elevating the conversations here and having higher standards for things like fact checking, evidence over speculation, more rigorous epistemology. Paul's going to reference the deeper principles that a lot of the ideological or political positions are based on. I would like to get more into those and kind of start peeling the surface off of some of these conversations and really drilling deep into the ontology beneath them. So let's take a look at his video. And it's about 10 minutes long. I'm going to go on mute while it plays, and then we can come back and discuss if anybody's interested. So here we go. P.F. Jung and the League of Online Politics.
Okay, everyone. Online politics is a very complex game, and it's played at various levels of competitiveness. So I figured we would go through each rank and explain what it's like to play online politics at that rank. All right, so starting off, we've got Iron. This is the bare bottom of the totem pole, right? All of the basics are neglected. None of the three fundamental pillars are even thought about. People at Iron will have no focus on fact checking. Fact checking is one of the most basic fundamental skills in online politics. If you don't do it, then you have no ability to itemize with the right ideology or be any kind of threat to your opponent. And people in bronze, even if they do fact check and get gold, they don't know how to itemize at all. When you start the game, there's only three basic ideologies to choose from: progressivism, unenlightened centrism, and conservatism. And all other items are built out of these ideologies. And in Iron, people sometimes don't even realize there's anything beyond the basic starter items. And then you can bet your ass that nobody in Iron is playing. And then you can bet these ideologies.
I think I'm going to do it a little differently. I think I'm going to comment as it plays. It'll be easier for me that way. So is unenlightened centrism the left now? Is that just classical liberalism, and progressivism is the left alternative? Has it shifted to that large of a degree? Because that would put me somewhere between enlightened centrism and conservatism. I'm somewhere over here. I consider myself center-right. Definitely not over here. This is, I think, the worst thing to happen to the country in my lifetime. It's one of the things that motivated me to even start streaming and getting involved online in the first place. I wasn't even active on Twitter until all the woke shit started. Well, COVID a little bit, and then the George Floyd and all that. That kind of provoked me into politics. All right, let's finish hearing what he has to say about Iron.
And in Iron, people sometimes don't even realize there's anything beyond the basic starter items. And then you
wait, hang on, come back. Does that make me neoconservative? I consider myself conservative, but not a neocon. But I'm probably more of that than a social democrat.
Iron, people sometimes don't even realize there's anything beyond the basic starter items. And then you can bet your ass that nobody in Iron is playing the objectives. They're just focusing on the individual arguments, and if you step back and you ask yourself, what is online politics really? The core mechanics of the game are individual arguments being mustered against other individual arguments that are all just vying to fight and defend core principles. That's all it is. If you focus too much on the arguments, then you never go after the underlying motivation for making those arguments, and then you never win the game. So just focusing on those three basics will get you out of Iron. Unfortunately, once you get out of Iron, you end up in bronze. And bronze is worse than Iron by...
Hang on. Okay. Hey, Chris, welcome. I'm going over... Hey, Juniper! Merry Christmas Eve!
Yeah.
Merry Christmas Eve. How was your trip?
She's okay.
It looks like she literally took something out of her.
Hours. I'm sorry. I don't know if I was causing an echo or what. I didn't have anything else open. I didn't close them.
It's probably me because I have it on the different settings so I could hear the video, and it's the setting that echoes. So, so I'm just gonna finish going through this video and we can discuss it afterwards.
Okay.
Okay. So Iron. Let's get back to Iron and what he. Hang on. Zero focus on fact checking. No idea how to itemize with the right political ideology. That more or less means equipping you with the basics of whatever political philosophy you think you're adopting. I don't want to say talking points, but the basic principles of and motivations behind that ideology. And individual arguments are part of a larger scheme, I guess, that the more sophisticated levels take account of. And at Iron, they're just concerned with individual arguments for their own sake. So I had mentioned earlier, Chris, one reason I'm showing this video is because I want to start elevating the conversations that happen on here. And I think this little system that he lays out is a good way to do that. So I want to minimize the iron level. Like I would like to see no iron level on here at all, if possible. If people are, that applies to politics, because we talk about many other things here. So I don't want people to think that they can't come on and talk about other things: mental health, philosophy, autism, culture, your personal life, whatever. But if you're going to come on and talk about politics, at least bring something higher than the iron and probably bronze levels. Get your basic facts straight. Understand the larger political position that you're taking beyond it, individual arguments, etc. So I'm going to try to minimize the iron level, like political analysts that show up here. Okay, let's continue.
Is worse than iron by 7 degrees of magnitude. In iron, a lot of people just play the game for fun. They don't really care. In bronze, people obsess about this game, and it's sort of depressing. I've seen people spend hundreds, if not thousands of hours playing the same goddamn game over and over again. They go further and further down some 4chan or Tumblr rabbit hole, and they never emerge. At bronze, people still basically do zero fact checking. They might know like 1 or 2 facts that they recycle over and over again and never even know how to bring it up in the right situation. They tend to be obsessively, autistically focused on individual arguments, just facts and logic, facts and logic, facts and logic. And they will often
what's wrong with facts and logic?
On micro alone, I mean rhetoric alone. Almost never play
because it's not the full picture.
They don't even care why someone's making an argument. They just hear the argument and zero in on it, and it's like a mosquito to a flame. A classic, just pathetic bronze behavior is getting mad at their own teammates, their own friends, family, neighbors, for itemizing with a different ideology than the one they pick, right? So they're bronze progressives, bronze conservatives who are like, you chose an ideology different from me? You must be a bad person or an idiot. And it's like, yes, there are trolls and intentional feeders in the game. Some people who start progressivism upgrade their ideology into something that advocates for adding the P into the LGB. But newsflash, most progressives think that's nonsense and just want to, tax capital gains at the same rate as income. And yes, there's some conservatives who want to upgrade their conservatism into ethno-nationalism. But again, most conservatives are just normal people who would rather vote for Donald Trump than live in a country where the P is added to the LGB. So if you can make it out of bronze, you end up in silver. And silver
oh wait, I want to look at this headline again. I wanted to make a comment. Hang on.
Make it out of bronze.
Yes, kink belongs at Pride, and I want my kids to see it. Children need to know that they can make their own ways in the world. Okay, at what age, lady? Are you showing your children porn too? Like, there's a certain age level that they're able to comprehend that shit, and it's not children. Maybe young adult, late teens, something like that, but definitely not prior to puberty. I would say not even maybe shortly after puberty. So I am a kinkster, and this absolutely repulses me. So she can have her opinion, but not my kids. All right. By the way, the bronze stuff he's describing is everything we see on some of these YouTube streams with all the trolls. The Artho Bros and the Christians fight each other, and it's very Bronze Age on those streams. It's the kind of trolling I'm trying to keep off of here. So I think I want bronze on this channel even less than iron. So bronze and iron, I'm going to try to filter out of here.
bronze, you end up in silver. And silver is very mid-tier, mid-wit, where a lot of people are, and it's not terrible, but it's got some issues. The basics are covered, like people in silver will fact check, they'll follow journalists and political figures, generally only ones they agree with, which is a classic silver mistake. But the average silver player does know how to fact check, unlike bronze players.
IDF didn't bomb the hospital? Yes, it did! Yes, it fucking did!
Silver players will know all the core ideologies, but will often not know when to pick the right ones. Like you could be playing a game and it's like, yo, hey, it turns out the government wastes a lot of our money, and a silver player will panic and say, oh, okay, well, taxation is theft, and let's burn it all down. It's like, oh my, anarcho-capitalism, stop taking so much acid, for real. Silver players do tend to be better at playing the objectives. They sort of understand that, like, people make arguments for a reason. It's not just the arguments you have to address. It's sort of like, maybe this person is talking about gay sex so much not because they think it's empirically wrong, but because their religion says so. Maybe that's worth addressing. But you still have juvenile behavior in silver. People will lose lane and blame their jungler. Like, let's say you're playing as a CIA director in a matchup against Alex Jones in the top lane, and you're just straight up missing all the fact checks. You're lying about Operation Northwoods and Operation Paperclip, and you're letting Alex Jones get away with it. You can't get mad at your jungler for not deplatforming Alex Jones because you lost a lane. Look yourself in the mirror, ask yourself, why did I allow someone like this to become more credible than me?
I'm kind of retarded.
Another defining limitation of silver players is not even realizing that everyone who's on their team is actually fighting for the same goal, even though it might not seem like it. Like if your objective is to address the widespread serious problem that technology
Paul,
is melting our
Matt
brains
Walsh,
in
Andrew
pretty
Wilson.
unfunny ways, to be honest. Progressives will be like, we hate capitalism because it commodifies and monetizes the human experience. Also, fuck religious people. And there'll be religious people on their team like, yo, we're not really in favor of materialism and all that. We think this world is sinful and it rots the soul. That's sort of our language. I thought we should maybe be aligned. So if you want to get out of silver, just stop fighting your teammates on the things you actually agree on. Now, if you do manage to escape silver, you end up in gold. And gold is actually not that bad, right?
Okay, back to silver. Silver's okay. Sorry, Lib, but yeah, this reminds me of you. So we'll get you to gold. Just keep hanging out with us, and we'll get you the gold tier in less time than you realize. That goes for anybody. So I think that's one of the goals I want for this channel, is to at least help the silvers get to gold. And so yeah, silver's welcomed here, but know that you're at the kind of lower tier, and be open to having your level, your rank raised. All right, gold.
Escape silver, you end up in gold. And gold is actually not that bad, right? At gold, you're getting pretty good with fact checks. You're aware of most major news events in the world and the country you're in, although you probably don't have much nuance or know many of the details. But like, to be fair, you know most of the big headlines. Gold players are going to be familiar with most of the ideology builds and can argue from them if forced. There are gold players who will get here just by being like an incredible one-trick pony. Just pick one argument and use it incessantly and never try anything else. Pre-subs are the obvious example of this. No matter what the issue is, abortion, immigration, it always boils down to somehow we need to justify our true beliefs.
I disagree with you, but I get what you're saying.
Gold players will still make basic mistakes that bronze players make, like referencing news stories that have already been debunked. You will very often see gold level players saying the 2020 election was stolen, or no one's performing gender surgery on 13-year-olds, and it's like, gold players will be pretty good at steel manning, which is sort of the essential high-level fundamental skill. But, you know, a lot of them will still think that people who disagree with them have something inherently wrong with them. They're not evil, but they'll say things like, well, conservatism is inherently homophobic, and progressivism is for the overprivileged and physically weak. It's like, yeah, dude, okay, obviously most of the homophobes are going to be conservative, and obviously most of the overprivileged and physically weak are going to be progressive. That doesn't mean all conservatives are homophobes, or all progressives are overprivileged and physically weak. Once you get to platinum, this is where the game is sort of at in a week.
So gold, acceptable. Platinum is really where you want to be. But gold is acceptable. If people come on here, we can at least correct them on some of those little misapprehensions that he's talking about. And I don't want a lot of speculation, misinformation, just for the sake of it, without some kind of like effort put into it. other than just argumentation. So yeah, gold I think is a good starting level. In any gold, if you feel like you're gold, this is definitely the channel for you. You're welcomed here. You can even help us bring up the silvers, like Lip.
Elite level, right? You've got excellent fact checking. Platinum players are reading books, they're watching documentaries, and watching a lot.
That's what we do.
Because of that, they're able to steelman very well and empathize with the perspective of most other ideology builds, right?
Okay, that's important. Empathize with the perspective of, like, understanding why the person has the position they do. That's where we start to get in some of these deeper motivations beneath just the surface of the individual arguments.
Platinum player who might be itemizing for economic nationalism is still going to be able to recognize the value of global cooperation, of globalist tendencies, so on and so forth. Really, the only thing at Platinum that you can do to improve is just limiting mistakes and really understanding the metagame. This would be metaphysics, epistemology, ontology.
Yeah.
Right? When you start talking about Heidegger and Wittgenstein, then you're really at that substrate where a lot of the meta mind games are based and where the real political argumentation.
Not Foucault, though.
Now, apparently, they added Emerald to League of Legends since the last time I played that fucking game, and that's absurd, so we're going to just pretend that didn't happen. And so the next tier in online politics is Diamond. This is elite play. I mean, just straight up, right? These are people who are well regarded by others as, like,
I don't have Google Docs. I'm not Diamond yet.
Issues when they come up. Diamond players will often have their own, like, personal Google Doc with a ton of personally verified references, so they know all of the arguments and can verify and fact check on the spot. Most Diamond players have read The Righteous Mind by Jonathan Haidt, or at least seen the TED Talk where he goes over moral foundations theory. You can't really be in Diamond if you aren't familiar with moral foundations. And the hallmark of
Okay, I haven't read the book or seen the TED Talk, but I have read his website. I'm familiar with moral foundations, and Paul's right. If you're not, you should just Google moral foundations. And I even did an episode where I took the moral foundations test to find out what my exact like where I fall on each of the moral foundations. So, and I think it's yourmorals.org or something, but the Jonathan Haidt site should take you there. So absolutely check out Moral Foundations if you haven't. It's kind of based on the evolutionary motivations that different temperaments have for choosing the values and positions that they do.
Diamond player is just excelling at steelmanning opponents, right? Like, they can make a better argument for the side they disagree with than the actual side they disagree with. And they've got intimate knowledge of all of the different builds, anarcho-syndicalism, anarcho-capitalism, neo-fascist techno-feudalism. It's all there. It's all in the knowledge base of a Diamond player. And finally, once you're out of Diamond, once you reach the Patrick Star elite level of Diamond, then you make it to the ultimate pinnacle of online politics, enlightened centric, Challenger. Challenger players literally transcend the realm of facts, right? Perception is reality. Literally, facts don't exist in the objective world in and of themselves. You might think color is an objective fact, but people who are colorblind can't even perceive certain colors, so how can it be an objective fact? Once you understand that, you start realizing that the world is crafted from your own thoughts and influence, and we are one with the universe, so on and so forth. Challenger players do not even talk about political ideology. They solely itemize for mythological and religious archetypes. And then perhaps the hallmark of the Challenger player is that they actually just stop playing online politics altogether, because they actually go out in the world and make a difference in the very issues that, you know, most people sit on their ass and talk about online, right? So if you're that good to the point where you can get out of playing online politics because you're better than everyone, that's when you actually go make a difference and don't just waste everyone's goddamn time and give everyone else mental brain cancer. So that's what it's like to play online politics at every rank. If you have any issues with what I've said, then you can fucking take it up with my secretary, me.
Okay. Okay, so there we have it. My goals for this channel is to be a platinum channel with that inspires people, challengers. So if you're diamond level, you are a VIP here. We definitely want you. You're the people we want. And to help us go from gold to platinum and then platinum to challenger. And we'll take the few silvers that show up, the little stragglers that come along. So there you have it. That is our new roadmap for the channel. Thank you, PF Young, for that video.
You can see her back there, huh?
Yeah. Hey, Juniper, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Joe.
Lindsay said Merry Christmas too.
Hey, Merry Christmas, Lindsay.
Mm.
How was your trip so far?
The
You
train trip was
stressed?
long, but it's just I don't know. I feel I almost feel jet lagged even though I didn't fly anywhere. I don't know.
Yeah, you look lagged.
I feel like I don't feel very energetic today at all. I feel very sluggish. How's your day over there up there in
Oh,
the northern?
it's having a quiet weekend by myself. I said earlier I'm going to try to do an all day Christmas stream tomorrow. Jeff from Trauma Type, I think I'm going to start it'll be 10 a.m. your time, and Jeff's I think going to come on and help me get off, and then we'll keep it going as long as there's guests. And also, do what?
As often as much as I can. We're gonna be going to my grandmother's house for.
Oh yeah, do your family thing. Like don't prioritize this, please. It's just for people that have nothing else to do,
Yeah.
or who just want to stop in and say hi. And then StreamYard added Twitter comments to the stream, so I'm going to start streaming on Twitter now too, because the comments will show up on StreamYard.
Cool.
Or they're supposed to anyway. I had one today that didn't.
All right, it's still only giving the option to log in for YouTube, but
You?
yeah, from this side, if in the comment side, like there's only thing I see is like the YouTube login, so I don't know how that works. Maybe I need to like, well, it's just on the website. I can't upgrade anything.
I can read the Twitter comments, but I can't reply to them through StreamYard. I have to go on Twitter and reply. But it's still better than before, where I couldn't see the comments at all and I had to manually check each page.
All right, well, yeah, that works.
So it seems like a slow weekend. I don't see much going on in the world right now.
Yeah, no, I tried to look at the news earlier on my phone. I didn't really see anything going on really much.
Oh, that's good. That's what should be happening. People should be focusing on their holiday stuff.
It seemed like everything was just like mostly sale ads for like sales going on at various stores, and then I put together a toy for her earlier. This big like.
Oh, what did she get?
I have to. Let me go see. I'll bring it in here. I'll show you. It's like this like camper thing.
Oh. If anybody wants to do unboxings tomorrow too, you can do that. Come and show us what you got for Christmas. Oh, that looks fun. Has she used it? Does she?
Yeah, she was playing with it earlier.
I want one.
Playpen right now, so I'll put it in here for her.
Oh, does she get inside of it?
No. She stands up and walks with it. It's like a little cart type thing. It's supposed to be like a camper type thing. It's got little like various like camping like toy. I don't know. It's a kid's toy. She likes it.
She's about to tip it over on her.
Yeah, it's from Nana.
Nana always has the best gifts.
Mm-hmm.
She has a birthday coming up, huh?
Yeah, she's got. Well, let's see, what's today is the 24th, so she's over. She passed 11 months on the 22nd, so she's got to it's 28. 28. Yours is the sorry. Yeah, 28. So on the 28th she turns. So she's almost 11 months. She's it'll be 11 months and 4 days, and then she turns 1 on 28th of January.
Wow, almost a year, and already.
She didn't believe we kept her alive for a whole year.
We kept the other one alive too, and she's all big now. So. yeah, but yeah, I guess I kind of thought some people might be home though. You know, like I thought maybe there'd be some people around or whatever on the or even if people weren't necessarily like I don't even see anybody like even on Discord right now. It's like there's a couple people that are online, but no one's stopping by. I guess.
They might be home and just not wanting to hang out on YouTube. Flow State did a stream last night, and he had a good panel. Joshua Jones was on, and then Machine, I think, is still doing his. So I know they're out there and they're hanging out on panels. Maybe they're all sleeping. Oh, Cascadian's doing his stream right now at the same time.
Oh, okay.
We should double stream.
Yeah, I should.
I'm gonna make him a note.
Yeah, I should give him a shout out on. I met an interesting person on the train last night. I mentioned that they should step the stream. I don't know if they will or not.
Oh, okay. So you're like out promoting it in person. We should have business cards. We can start.
Really, I know. I actually.
Oh.
I need to make.
I mean, it doesn't matter to me. Like, if I get no guest, I'm probably gonna just wrap this up, like close the 50-minute mark, and then hop onto your stream because it doesn't really matter. But yeah, we could stream. I have no issue with that. But and I mean, I do talk to a lot of people who do disagree with me, you know. And that's fine. I mean, there are people that are going to defend liberalism. There are people that are going to defend modernity. There are people that are going to defend communism, social. You know, there's people that are going to defend. Yeah. Well, most of the people right now are mostly on Machine Lies' channel. He has a panel going on right now.
Maybe we should all
and
go
I could
there.
hop on that as well, just because that's a bigger panel and a larger audience. And he was hoping I'd hop on too, so I might go there as well. Just because
You want to go to
they were
Machines?
talking about a lot of spiritual stuff.
Sure, yeah. It's fine.
Let me. Well,
And I
right
was
now
bringing
he's
up stuff
talking
in the
about
chat
Hitler and the
about, like, the
Holocaust. I
Slavonic
don't know if I want
translation
to
of
do
the
that.
Book of Enoch. I was bringing up
Christmas.
how I knew a few factoids about the Black Hebrew Israelites. I know, like, I brought up like the Nat Turner slave results and slave revolts and how the Bible influenced that. But there was like a really interesting book I ran into. And if Comrade Net was ever around, this would actually be a really interesting discussion to have with him about how the Haganah and the Mossad eliminated Jews.
Wow. Yeah, everyone's for some reason they're talking about the the Jewish thing today.
Why?
Isn't this a Christian holiday?
Yeah, I
Talking
know.
about Hitler. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to go on these streams. I just
know, yeah. Sounds.
asked Machine if he wants to double stream. He only has 22 people. He usually has more than that. Oh, this is a restream of yesterday's show. Yeah, there was some drama. Tommy went on for Hank was on, and some rabbit guy, and Neurojack was on, and some other people. And Tommy went on and started cursing. Hey, Gary, welcome.
Yeah, welcome. Come on the stream if you want to, man.
And Tommy went on and started cursing and calling people faggots and cursing. Machine kicked him off, and I think the stream got taken down, so that's why he's restreaming it, because he's re-uploading it, because Tommy messed his stream up last night with all his shenanigans. And Machine's at the end of his rope with Tommy now. I think he took him off his mod too. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know why people trust Tommy to act civilized on these. Like they act like. I know from demons and working with demons and summoning demons. If you don't know how to control your demons, don't summon them to your stream. Yes, panel kryptonite, exactly. I've been saying that, and for as usual, and I've said this before, and it's not to brag. Most of my life is trying to point things out to people and them ignoring me and not listening, and then a month a year later, they come back, and everything happened exactly like I was trying to say a year before. And the same thing's happening with Tommy. I called this months ago. That's why he doesn't come on this panel. Tommy will never be on the Gen X Jeff stream. I don't let people like Tommy come and hijack and disrupt people that are here to have genuine conversations. I prioritize those people. We watched that video earlier, the silver, gold, platinum people over bronze age people like Tommy.
I mean, even TV showed up in our comments before, and we just ignored him, and he just went away.
TBE got banned from the Crucible, their Discord. He was on Andrew last night begging to be let back in. And Andrew's like, "Are you going to be a dick? Are you going to keep being a dick?" So he's even kicking up over there on the Crucible. And that's people with more aligned with him and his personality style anyway, and they still don't even want him around. I mean, it's the poke people in the eye with a sharp stick until you can yell that you're a victim. That's what they do. I don't understand the strategy, but like, what's the psychological payoff for it, other than that they keep getting to do it because people keep feeding it?
They might just be emotionally unstable, unwell people too.
There is that too. I mean, I've never thought Tommy was emotionally stable and mentally well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think with a lot of these people, like, at first, like, you know, it's at first it's like really tempting to try to rationalize them to some degree and try to figure out, like, you know, like, what's their game, what are they doing, and then after a while it's like, I think they're just mentally ill.
And with Tommy, in fairness to him, there's a lot of unaddressed neurodivergence in there too. That I think even if he were completely sane, you would still see some of the behavior you see from him because he's just a spurg. He's an unregulated spurg. But Machine also made the point. Machine said he caught him in some lies, and he made the point that he sees Tommy go on other panels and act responsibly and contribute and create good content. And on his own channel, he doesn't do any of this. So Machine is like, why does he come on some channels and disrupt them, but then he'll go on other channels in his own channel and he's perfectly capable of behaving?
Yeah, for real.
So that's the latest streaming drama. In fact, it might be getting...
So Machine's not actually streaming then?
He's restreaming the one he had to take down and edit from last night because of Tommy.
I did see the thing on Discord where he said he got porn bombed.
He got what? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, part of that was Tommy's language.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he was like, I can say faggot on here, and I guess because I do it often enough, and YouTube knows how to take it. But Tommy was literally using it as slur, hurling it at this guy, wanting him to shut up, trying to shut him down. Like, I'm sick of hearing you talk. Faggot, shut the fuck up, faggot. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And if anybody comes on my show and harasses one of my guests that way, they're out. They're immediately out. Like, that's the last time they will ever be on the show. So, and Machine, he did act pretty quickly, in fairness. But Tommy got a lot of attack in that short little amount of time. And I don't, you just don't go on somebody else's show and harass their guests. That's just so disrespectful to that channel to me. Like, I'll harass people from the comments and I'll go on the panel and say to their face if they want, but not the kind of bullying kind of harassment that Tommy was doing. I'll just make little sarcastic, sassy comments. Oh my God, somebody made, hang on, you got to see this. They made a fake Cecil. Oh, I hope it's still up.
Sure.
Let me rewind
What
it.
gives you cancer? Do carcinoma. Yeah, I microwave the road.
Going through the microwave coil.
Look at it. Look at this.
Cecil fake. Okay, yeah, that's pretty funny.
The devil didn't invent fire. No. God invented fire.
Oh, they
so
pan to the ceiling in the wall like Cecil does.
That's not what I'm
No,
saying.
that is Cecil.
Like, if you
that is Cecil.
It's not gonna give you
No, that's not Cecil.
No, the ceiling was. The ceiling one was. This is Cecil fake. The other one was actually.
Oh, that was the real
That
Cecil?
was the real Cecil. That
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're right. Oh. So
I'd let Cecil come on here. He doesn't troll anybody, really.
he
actually-
tried to come on with me. I don't care to have Cecil. I'm looking for silver, gold, platinum level people. Cecil's the one that talked about how the sin of Cain was whiteness in the Bible.
you're right, you're right. I forgot about
I don't want that kind of ridiculousness on here.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Plus, I don't want people sleeping on my show. If you're not going to come here and contribute, we're trying to build community here. You don't build community by sleeping.
I agree. I mean, I guess it makes sense on like machines like 12-hour streams, but it doesn't really matter that much there when you got like
Yeah.
12 hours of.
Oh, here.
Yeah, I don't know if I've met you before, Gary. If you want to come on and talk, please do.
I think he's from Machines.
I saw Neurojack was there in Cascadian's panel.
Oh, was he? He was on Machines last night. I figured they'd all be sleeping by now.
I don't know when Neurojack.
Oh, Cascadian just ended, so he's either going to go on Machines or
well,
stop by
the
here.
machine's not actually streaming though. He's just doing a.
Oh, right, it's a restream. So that's why he didn't answer my comment, because it's not live.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, if Cascadian wants to come on here and stream to his channel, we can share audiences. We have our one audience. And after the holidays, like once the holidays settle and New Year's and all that, I'm thinking about retooling the show a little bit and giving it more of a structure and a direction. So it's less of this random kitchen sink stuff. There'll still be opportunities for that, but I want something like other than that to help focus the chaos.
Well, yeah,
I'm gonna
we've been
start
talking-
organizing the chaos. I think I've let the chaos go on long enough, and now it's time to start organizing it.
We've been talking about that for a while anyway.
Plus, I still want to start doing the gaming. We talked about the D&D streaming, the script reading, like actual activities that people
Yeah.
can tune in for.
And we talked about like splitting of the days up into different topic type things. From like the.
Yeah, I been talking with AI about that too, and it's telling me the same thing. Like have philosophy Mondays, mental health Wednesdays, that type of stuff.
Yeah. No, I
But
think
even if we do set topics at the beginning of the stream, like set a few topics and focus on those, there's going to be time to do random freeform conversation after that.
Yeah, exactly. And we can always just do free for all Fridays too. So yeah,
Yeah.
we just
And
let like.
I mean, I still liked our relationship advice idea, but
Yeah.
nobody's
No,
really.
no one's coming on asking about it. Yeah, but look, we just have to build our audience first. Like once we get the audience built up more, that'll be more likely. I mean, like I'm trying. Anytime I go out into the world, I always kind of like if I end up talking to anybody, I always mention the stream. I always try to expand the audience in some way or another. If I meet someone interesting, I always tell them about the stream. I can't say many people like show up, but
I forgot to pass out business cards when I went home. But I did tell them about the stream, and I have a relative that she's part of a morning show on the radio station down there. She's one of the hosts for the morning show, and I told her about it, and like to either come on or give me tips to how to make ours grow and stuff like that.
yeah. I asked Cascadia if he was coming on, but I don't know. He's not answering, so I don't know.
Well, they know we're here.
I know. I was just trying to find out, like, if they were actually
I don't-
wrong. No big deal.
I don't like to cattle prod people. I'm really bad at that. It's the anti-authoritarian in me.
Now you gotta corral all your cattle.
That's the thing. I don't see them as cattle. That's part of
I
the
don't
difficulty.
either. I don't either.
See them as autonomous, self-determining individuals, and if they want to come on, they have the ability to know that we're here and make a decision. Because a lot of them do, like
Yeah.
Hank and Jack and Lib, and they come on all the time. So I want the
agree.
people that want to be here and don't feel coerced or manipulated or persuaded into being here. I also want to get bigger guests. I want to get more diamond level people. And
Yeah.
did you hear back from our mystery guests we were talking about the other day?
I haven't, but since it's been like, you know, like, as soon as this holiday is over, since we're past Christmas Day, I'm gonna email them again.
So maybe like in January, let's do that. Like if we each pick a few people to reach out to, even if we get like one guest a week, we would only need 4 a month, and we can have 1 day a week be set aside for guests, like VIP guests.
That was already the plan, was mid-January, but it was like we're still working a date, right? I don't want to bother anybody during Christmas. Like,
Yeah, I agree. That's a good plan. But I really do want. I still think the stream has potential, and I really do want to kick it up next year and start helping to make it go somewhere.
Yeah.
I've kind of gotten a little bit lazy with it myself. Part of it, I think, is the holidays, and then I did that traveling earlier.
No, it's not. I don't think you've gotten lazy with it. I think it's just been holidays and everything like this. Things just kind of slowed down a little bit just because of that. But I mean, we'll kick it up. We'll kick it up.
Yeah, but there's still things I could be doing with it that I'm not, like making clip. We talked about making clips, and there's some branding stuff I could probably do to make it a little snappier.
And that goes for me too. I need to. I started working on some logos and stuff from one day, but you know, I'm also I've had all this medical, so I've been adjusting to a new medication too.
Oh,
I've had two new medications they started me on, and it's kind of like I don't know if they're going to work out or not, but
is it for the mental health stuff or the ADHD?
I'm not entirely certain. I think it's supposed to be one of them supposed to be like an extra antidepressant or something, but I've never heard of it before, and I don't know. It really makes me kind of I don't think I'm gonna keep taking it. It's kind of disorienting, but it's almost.
Is that
like,
the Latudina, whatever?
Yeah, that's it's not worried. It's almost like counteracting like the effects of the Adderall to a degree. It's almost making it's making it hard for me to focus again. So like
they tried me on so many antidepressants when I first started like going in for that, and I had to get off all of them. I didn't start getting better till I quit. They made me a zombie. I hated every single one of them. They could never find one that did anything for me.
Celexa seems to be all right.
I take no medication.
Celexa seems all right. Just I can't tell what's helping. But I remember I got to a good place with it back whenever.
Which one? Which one?
Celexa.
Oh, yeah. I've had some friends that tried Celexa too, and that was the one that worked for them.
But
is Celexa Lexapro, or is that a different?
No, Lexapro is bad. Lexapro is a bad one. It's not as bad as Paxil. Paxil's the worst. Paxil literally turns me into a zombie. Like I've described it to many people the same way, that like Paxil did not make me suicidal or anything like that, but Paxil made it to be where like if my house was on fire, I would sit there and let the house burn down around me, not because I wanted to die, but because I didn't care enough to get up and move.
Hang on, give it a minute. They either do nothing for me at all, or they turn me into a zombie. And I can't think or function. I sleep all day. I have brain fog, and I can't have like the sexual side effects as well. Damn it, my stream is freezing up on Christmas Eve. It's the Christmas Gremlins. I guess I've been a bad boy.
You're getting coal in your...
Which is good, because I try to be.
What? There are totally diapers in there.
Diapers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to go find wipes. I'll be right back.
I might if the stream doing this, I might just save all my energy
Yeah.
for the stream tomorrow.
Or if you feel like if you get bored or something, we can always do a night.
No,
stream
I think
tonight.
I'm losing connection completely. Like the router's going out. I might have to go reset it.
All right.
Everything's freezing up. I don't know if you can hear me, but you're frozen.
hear
My websites are
I can hear
freezing.
you. Just so maybe we'll try to do a stream tonight or something if you feel it. If you can't hear me.
What's tonight? Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you spend time with your family?
I will, but I mean, like I mean, I thought we can probably do a short one tonight, like later on, late tonight or something like that. If you're up
Well,
for
we
it.
maybe could like wait for Santa stream. Remember when you were growing up, they would follow Santa on the radio.
They still do that. They still do that.
We would listen to that. When is he by our house? Because almost every year as a child, we would get our presents on Christmas Eve, not Christmas Day. Santa would pass
us
on
too.
like the night of, and the way they do it is we'd go out to dinner for Christmas, and like we would wait in the car, and my stepdad would say, "Oh, I need to go. I forgot my keys. I'll go in the house." And he'd make some reason to go back in the house. And then he'd come out. We'd drive to dinner. We'd get back. All the presents would magically be under the tree. And so we thought Santa passed because we were all together. Like we didn't see anybody put out presents. And they fooled us every year until I was like, I don't know, 9 or 10 years old. And then because he kept the presents in the barn across the street. And my stepsister told me one day that she saw him go into the barn one night and get the presents and that there's no such thing as Santa. And it shattered my world. That was like when my childhood innocence ended. And I cried and cried and cried. I did not want to believe that it was my stepdad and there was no Santa. And even after that, my mom convinced me that there was still an Easter Bunny and a Tooth Fairy. That, okay, yeah, Santa's not real, but the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy still is. And so for probably about another year, I still had that magic to carry me through.
My older daughters.
But I busted my mom one year. She forgot to put my money under the pillow when I lost my tooth. And I cried. I'm like, I didn't get the money for the Tooth Fairy. And she like left the room and she came back and then she started like working her hand under the pillow while I was laying there. And she's like, "Are you sure? Look again." And all of a sudden there was money there. And I'm like, "You put that there. I felt your hand." So she got busted. And she said, "Well, sometimes the Tooth Fairy gets busy and he has to have the parents do it for them." And so she forgot. The Tooth Fairy asked her to do it and she just forgot. And I believed her.
Well, yeah, you had at least you got that. I figured out the Santa Claus thing way too young. Like I was, and it didn't bother me. I wasn't upset about it. I don't remember what. I think I was like 4, maybe 5. And I went in my parents. They put they gave me a hamster. It said it was from Santa on it. And for some reason, like nothing in it. I was like, okay, like Santa's like this supposed to be like the guy that brings toys and stuff like that. This is a live hamster. It's like in my little 5-year-old brain, I immediately put together like, there's no way that Santa brought a hamster here. Santa's not real. This is my parents doing this. And like it just,
You were 5?
Yeah.
Oh damn it! I'm freezing again. I missed the end of your story because I froze up again. You were 5?
Yeah, I was 5, and that was it. That was in the story. It just like I did something about the fact they put
So
a
like, did you?
Yeah,
That's what tipped you off. You never got it back after that.
No, I was just like, Mom, you're Santa, right? Because this is and like my parents were just kind of like, they were shocked. I remember seeing like this is one of my earliest memories. Period. I remember my parents having like this shocked look on their face, like, well, like trying to like figure out, and then they just kind of admitted it, and I was like, okay, and I was fine with it. I wasn't upset. It didn't like Santa wasn't that big of a. I wasn't old enough, I guess, where like it had like really meant that much to me or anything. But ever from that point forward, I knew that like if a present from Santa was just a present from my grandparents or from my parents or whatever like that. And I don't know why that I don't know what it was that that it was like some sort of dissonance that happened in my very tiny little brain that just figured it out really quick. I was an unusual child though. I was talking in full sentences by the time I was 2. I was reading around the same time and stuff like that. I was very advanced for a child, and then of course I turned into this. So yeah, so it doesn't really matter if you're an advanced child. So
You were harder to fool. I was the oldest, so it made it. I still had to play along for all my younger siblings.
Yeah.
So I still even though I knew the secret, I still got to keep it up for a long time because of the siblings and participate in that magic. But that's one of the things that helped lead me to atheism, though, because if Santa's not real, the Easter Bunny's not real, the Tooth Fairy's not real, what makes God any different? And that's about the same time I started studying science in the 6th grade. And it all kind of came together in one epiphany that, oh, okay. Yeah, just like this. It like the Santa thing reorients your mind, like your illusions evaporate and then your mind orients to a different reality. The God thing happened almost the same way. It was kind of instantly overnight. The light bulb just went off. And, oh, okay, the God, okay, I've been through this before.
that makes sense. Makes sense.
And science gave me a reality to orient onto, because if I didn't have that, it would be like God's not real, but then what is? But then science already provided me with a substitute for it that I could latch onto. So it was a seamless transition. Happy Christmas! Or what is Santa going to bring you today or tomorrow?
So I already got 2 toys. I already got 2
I wonder how long it's going to take her to figure it out. Don't watch this stream when you start being able to understand things, Juniper.
He's looking right at you, though.
Oh. Merry Christmas, Juniper. I like your Christmas sweater.
Yeah.
Like, is she getting to see her sister?
Yeah, her sister's right in the other room right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
We've been playing with our sister today, haven't we? Yeah. We had our sister today. Where's Clover? So she come by and say hi. Come in here and say hi with the whole family. Get the whole family together. Yeah. She's in a good. This one's in a good mood today. I tell you what, she is happy.
Yeah.
At first, when we got here last night, she was tired and she wasn't she was kind of scared of everybody because it'd been just a few months since she'd seen any of the family, and so she was kind of oh, I don't want to go to anybody. But now she's all happy to see everybody, and she's bouncing around. There's doggies here. See, at our house we have kitties, and there's some cats here too. But the cats are kind of scarce. But my daughter and my sister both have but my sister has this tiny little what kind of dog is Cordy? A Dachshund Cocker Spaniel mix.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love a Dachshund. That's what
So
I love.
it's part Dachshund, part Cocker Spaniel. So it's a really fluffy Dachshund, and she's real she just kind of wants to sit on top of everybody. And then my daughter has this gigantic freaking dog named Josie that's just this big sloppy big dog. It's just real loving and sweet and everything. But I've never been a big dog person, but Jennifer's now she's aware of animals more than she was before when we were here last. Now she's all she is all excited about the doggies.
Oh.
Yeah, clap, clap, clap. Yeah. It's happy to
We
see
do a
everybody.
patty cake soon. You and me, let's never part.
I guess no one's coming, so I guess why don't we just if you feel if you feel up to tonight, if you're bored or something.
Yeah, I guess just mess. I don't know how. I have the whole day kind of to myself, so I don't know. I'm gonna take it hour by hour. So just message me later if you're bored and you have some time, and maybe we can get a stream going.
Yeah, sounds good.
But if not, I at least will be here tomorrow, and I think Jeff's gonna show up, and then we may get guests, we may not, but I will try to keep the stream going as long as I can because I have nothing else to do for Christmas. So
I
that
will
will be my
definitely-
Christmas gift to you.
If you're really gonna be, if you're streaming at 10, then I'll definitely be stopping in the morning time. But I almost have to leave whenever we go to we go to leave for Marshall.
Okay, that works.
All right, man. Well, we'll see you later.
All right, well, have a good Christmas Eve, and Juniper, have a
Mhm.
good Christmas. I can't wait to see what you got.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Wait. Bye. Bye. Like I don't know. I'm scared. All right. Bye.
All right, take care. Okay, that's our show for today, and have a great whatever you celebrate: Hanukkah, Christmas, Kwanzaa, Ramadan. Is that one of them? Anyway, any of the Festivus, Solstice. Just have a happy life. Just enjoy your life. Joie de vivre. Just enjoy whatever you do. And we'll see you tomorrow for the Christmas stream. Bring your food, bring your drinks, bring your anything else, and come hang out with us tomorrow. We'll have a big old Christmas party on YouTube. Bye.